Hello everybody, Husky10 back with another game. Um, let's check out what we have so far. This is our Frogger clone. There are several things I want to do to this clone though. First off, I'm going to go into preferences. I'm going to go into the game height and I'm going to up it by 100, so I'm going to say 700. Hit apply. And let's see what that, and we want to move everything down. And move this up. There we go. Now let's see what it looks like. Okay, that looks a lot more like Frogger. So what I want to do now is kind of look at an image of Frogger. Oh, there's one thing I want to say. How old is Frogger? This is the 40th anniversary of Frogger. So happy birthday, Frogger. But let's look at this. Okay, there was a little bit left up here. Let's bring this down. I'm gonna color the score. What color was the score? Okay, this UI was red and white, so I'm gonna set color it white. Hit apply, and I'm also going to put it here. I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. And there we go. I'm gonna add another car, so I'm gonna add, this isn't gonna be a car, it's gonna be more of an alligator, since we gotta make the ocean. So I'm gonna call this alligator. I don't want a behavior. I want to add an animation. I'm gonna color it green because alligators are green. Save, hit apply, and then I'm gonna drag it onto our screen. Okay, the reason I dragged these onto the screen is because when you press play, that way they would instantly start. Okay, we also, hey, turn that back on, Joe. Sorry. We also gotta change the spawn in. So car 1 would be a -1. Five, 5, 6, 6. Let's see what that does. Alright, we also gotta change this one, so 736 by 440. Oh. 736 by 440. So 736. The Y position should be 440. This will vary on how you're building your game. Let's see what that does. There we go. We're close to fixing it and making it look a little better. The card 3 is -4x by Y 276. Let me do this. -4. By 276. And there we go. We have a better working Frogger game. I did change the speed of car 1. You can change the speeds. You can change the speeds by the pixel. You can change their spawn time. You don't like 3, you can have 2. You don't like 2, you can have 4. It all depends on how difficult you want the game. But now let's get to going on our alligator. So let's call it Alligator. In the original version of Frogger, there were platforms you had to come on, but I'm not sure entirely how to do it. That's something you're gonna have to figure out yourself. I kind of hate to say. Yeah. Let me change one more thing. I'm gonna just make it look a little nicer. Now let's get to going on our alligator. Let's add a scene timer. So scene timer, value of a scene timer, we're gonna say 3 seconds. We're gonna call it al spawn because I don't want to spell out alligator spawn every single time. So we're going to create we're going to create the alligator object, and we're kind of going on a theme. This goes this way, this goes that way, this goes this way, this will go that way. So create object, we're going to create the alligator. If I can find it. We want the positions to be 740 by 182. By 182, and we want to reset the timer. So go here, type in scene timer, and you want to start or reset, click it, and type in al spawn. It's got to be the same as your timer here. So there we go, it will create the alligator. Now we want to add force. So we want the one from car 2. We also want to go to our groups, edit group. We want to add the alligator. So that way we only have to keep writing one line of code for when the player is in collision with the alligator. So let's play, and we have an alligator, we have cars, almost everything Frogger has, we probably have by now. Alright, I think it's almost time to take it. I think it's time to take this out of the prototype stage. So I'm going to save it and minimize the screen. Now, when creating art, there's several routes you can take. You can use Photoshop, you can use Paint, you can use what I often use. I often use PowerPoint. You can use the built-in editor to create the art. You can get images off of Google, but there's just some stuff I don't know. Alright, first off, I'm going to put this up a little. I'm sorry. So let's see, 741 by 168. Let's play that a little bit. And it looks a hell of a lot better. Our game is coming alive. I'm gonna change the speed of the alligator by 200 so it comes in a little faster. So that way we got 2 challenging obstacles. I'm also going to change our timer to 2. So that way there's not a huge gap. There we go. We now have a better version of, in my opinion, a really good version of Frogger. So let's see if you can beat it, because it should be a rule of thumb: before you release any game, you should be able to beat it. So we were able to get a score, so I think it's good. You can go around and replay with all this. It's all what you want to do. So let's make some art. Like I said, there are several things, pieces of software you can use. You can use Paint. Paint somehow, for some reason, still comes with. You can use Paint to create your art. You can use PowerPoint, but with PowerPoint, you gotta crop your images and remove the background in order to use them, and then you gotta resize. So what I'm gonna do actually is use the editor that this thing gives you. So let's find our player. I'm gonna add an animate. I'm gonna edit with Piscal. I'm gonna add a new frame, and let's get to drawing. I'm gonna find a picture of Frogger. $2,600 Frogger. I'm doing the 2600 Frogger because I think it would be a good idea. I'm gonna see what the sprite looks like. You can also use any image you like. I'm gonna click this. Okay. And it looks to me like they go like this. So I'm gonna choose the drawing pen. I'm gonna color it. This is an extremely crude image of Frogger. gonna delete that. So I'm gonna do this instead. Okay, no. Alright, here we go. This will be the body. This will be the body. I'm gonna do this to add a little bit of detail. There we go. We're gonna color it in. This looks a lot better. I'm gonna add like maybe a tiny detail, add a little yellow. And we're going to add some purple. Add some eyes. Alright, I'm gonna color it. Frogger's eyes were purple. I'm gonna select this and then I'm gonna add this. And we have our Frogger. So I'm gonna hit save. I'm gonna delete this. Press play. Now we do have an issue. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna experiment. You don't have to do this part. So I'm gonna say one right key press. Okay, I'm gonna say key press. I'm gonna say right. We want it to flip vertically.
I shot that stupid duck.
Okay, that didn't work. Okay, that didn't work either. Let's try horizontally. Okay, that was an experiment gone wrong. So I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna see what happens when I add an animation. I'm gonna flip. Save. Okay, that totally broke the game. So, in order to change that, you're gonna have to program the animations and all that. I'm not gonna get into it. Now you want to change the car sprite, but first off, let's make the goal fly. So add it. We're gonna color it like this. Alright, let's do that again. And then we're gonna color it white, color the wings white. Then we're gonna add this. There we go. We're gonna color the wings black. I mean this black. Save. That's our fly. Hit fly. There we have a fly. That's our goal. For this we're gonna edit. Now we're gonna edit the background. Just add white squares. Save. And we have a really terrible ground. We have a very terrible road. We can also do another thing, which is go to Google and type in road sprite. There's a lot. I'm gonna save image. But you can do this any way you like. You can make your own or what have you. That looks extremely terrible. I'm gonna choose the file we downloaded. No one's gonna notice or care. It would be in disk. So there we go. We now have a road, but I don't like it. So I'm gonna edit. Let's go. I'm gonna so what we want is oh my gosh. I don't even know what this is used for, what this color is used for. I'm gonna edit it though. Edit. Let's give it a yellow road, so let's just draw white light or white lines. This is a pretty terrible road, but it's the most you can expect from me. It actually looks like he's trying to get through a hay field.
No.
Alright, this is a really hard version of Frogger. Almost. I'm gonna change the alligator speed.
When
From 200 to 100. Put that negative back. Now it should be a lot easier. There we go. It's a lot easier. Now for the road again, we're gonna change it. I'm actually gonna delete the road. Okay. I'm gonna add a new road. I'm gonna create one. Roads are black. Alright, that's better. There we go. Hit apply. Now time to drag it. Alright, this is probably going to be the best you can expect from me. There we go. Alright, now we have to change the alligator sprite. So I'm gonna change an animation. No, I'm gonna edit with Pesco, and then I'm gonna add a frame, and I'm gonna draw. So I'm gonna draw this. So I'm gonna color it green. No, come on. And then I'm gonna add a black. I'm gonna add a frame. And now we're going to close it. Let me see. Now we're gonna erase this. And I'm gonna do this. Okay, that looks terrible. But again, this is probably the best you're going to expect from me. Save. We want to loop it. We do, however, want to change the size. So to do that, we're going to note the width, go to our alligator, and say alligator width there should be one here for alligator width equals 117, I believe. Let's double check. Yep. And then we want to change the height. Okay, what was it? 114. So, and then we're gonna probably, okay, this part is the experimenting at the beginning of the scene. Press play. There we go. Okay, for some reason it's not. There we go. Man, that looks awful. I am not... Okay, this game is looking really, really bad. But, again, this is probably the most you're going to expect from me. But, now we got one more element, which is the cars. So, we gotta take note of which way each car is playing. So each car is going, this car is going this way. So we need to make it, do we wanna do it from top view? I don't know, so I'm gonna add one animation. I'm gonna make it from top view. So I'm gonna color it red. I'm gonna make a bigger square. Color it red, and then make the sides, make this black, and then color it blue. We're gonna take a black, color that black, okay, delete that. Ah, shit. Cancel. We're gonna edit again. This time I'm gonna draw from the side view. You will learn how bad my drawing skills are. So, color it red. Make it blue. And wheels. And this time I'm gonna make a gray one and go like that. And we have a car. We have car 1, so save, hit apply. Kinda. Okay. I'm gonna edit this. I'm gonna color the background to get a lighter shade so the wheels don't blend in. we also want to do the same thing with this car. So add a new event. And we want to change the size. I'm trying to keep everything looking the same, so there we go. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is for car 2, we're gonna color this one a green car. So as you can tell, I am not an artist. Alright, so we got 2 wheels. Yeah, I'm not an artist, so delete that. Apply. We want to also change the height. Okay, we're gonna have to change the height a little bit. So 77 and 78. I'm trying to keep everything the same size. So for car 3, I mean for the next car, I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna say car 3 and car 2. There's probably another way I could do this. There we go, it looks a lot better. This game is coming together extremely well. I'm actually kind of happy with the way some of this is turning out. Now let's do the final car. What color do I want to make this? Let's make it a purple car. Okay. Hit apply, and now we want the same size. We want it to be the same size. So And let's see our game. Alright, so as you can tell, our everything works so far. Alright, if I can beat the game. Okay, the alligator though might have to be changed. I might have to change this spawn-in time of the alligator to 1. Let's see how that goes. No, let's change it to 4. The higher you go, the slower the spawn-in time is. There we go. And we now have one playable game. We can do a lot with this. For instance, we can add sound. Play a sound. I have a library of sounds. Let's go to explosion. Hit OK. So now, whenever the player let's add a trigger once. Okay, we might also have to change the scale of Frogger. There we go. Okay, yeah. Okay, the sound effects, we're gonna have to do one thing. We're gonna add a condition and make it all on its own. So when Frogger is in collision, we want it to trigger once and play sound. Yeah, we made a really hard version of Frogger. So what we're gonna do also is move this down. Okay, something's not right. So edit collision mask. You might want to do this to each enemy, so that way your character doesn't die by touching an invisible hitbox. I'll be right back. Now, sorry about that. I had a little accident. I had something to do. Someone wanted me to fix something, so there's that. What I did while I was waiting for my video to save the first part, I went through each object, the cars and all that, and I went to edit mask. I clicked add custom mask, and I redid the collision mask. What it does is, if I left it, you wouldn't even have to touch a cart. You would die. I'm doing it with all of them. I'm doing it with everything. And then I went through each area and I added sound effects. So when the player's in collision with car, I added an explosion sound effect. When the player's in collision with the goal, which is the fly, I added a coin pickup. And then at the beginning of the scene, I added a play music. You can use any music you want. I went and I found the Frogger theme on an MP3. So let's play our makeshift Frogger. If there's anything you want me to touch that I didn't touch, or if there's anything you want me to revisit or elaborate, please leave a comment down below on what I should add or what I should take away. I started an itch.io page where I started uploading the game files to some of the games I've done tutorials on. So far it only has 2 Pong games and Pac-Man. I didn't upload the Breakout game yet. This might be breaking copyrights if I do that. I would have to take out the music. But that's about it. This is the complete tutorial of Frogger. It's a nice way to nod Frogger's 40th anniversary. As you can tell, my art skills are shit. They're non-existent. One little thing, we did this by using only one scene. Now I realize you guys might want to make a level, so a menu, so I'm gonna show you how to do that. I'm gonna rename it menu. There we go. Let's open it. I'm gonna color it green because Frogger. I'm gonna add text. I'm gonna call it frog. I might have to take out the sound if I want to release this. Oh, I want to make one more note. I do have something coming out this Saturday for Secret Saturday. I have to make a trailer for it. Let me check this. It's still processing. But anyway, you got that, and then we upped it. Color it white. And there we go. We have Frogger. We have Frog as our title. So we have several ways of making a title. For instance, we can just add text that says press A to start, press X to exit, hit apply. I'm going to color it white. I'm gonna do that. Now let's get to programming. So key press. So we're gonna say when A is pressed. We're gonna change the scene to level 1. Hit OK. Then we're gonna do it again. We're gonna copy this when X is pressed. We're going to exit the game. Did they? Oh. I was gonna say did they? So press A and it starts the game. Press X and it exits the game. That's one way to do it. You could also do buttons. Hit apply. I want to try one thing though. Okay, can't do that. So, okay. If you don't want to do it that way, we're gonna delete that text. We're gonna delete these, and we're gonna add buttons. So, I'm gonna add a new sprite. I'm gonna call it play button. Hang on, I gotta. That's my video editor, just in case you're wondering. I'm gonna color it red. I'm gonna add an animation. I'm gonna color it a darker shade of red. I'm gonna call this play 1 and play 2. Hit apply. So I'm gonna put this here and let's get programming. So I'm gonna add a new group. I'm gonna add a new event, add a condition, touch. So when we touch the play button, we want the play animation. So there are 2 ways you can do this. You can do it by name or by number. If you do number, you always start with 0. So there we go. I'm gonna call this play. I'm gonna say play 2. And now add a new event. We're gonna invert it like this, and then click, and then say mouse button presser held, and we're gonna say left. We're gonna change the scene to level 1. Hit OK. So now we got this, and when we click it, it goes to level 1. We're going to copy this though, and we're going to invert it, and then we're going to have it play the other animation, which is animation 1. Hit OK. So when the mouse is not on it, it doesn't change. And we have a button, a play button. We're going to do the same thing for quit button. We're going to duplicate it. We're going to call it quit this time. I'm gonna call each one quit 1 and quit 2. Hit apply. And let's get to going. So add a new group, call it quit button. Okay, you don't have to use groups, but I do it just to organize my stuff. So I'm going to add a new event. I'm going to select the quit button and do the same thing with the other one. I'm going to find the touch, hit OK. I'm going to set the animation to quit 1. And I'm going to set it to the quit button. So when you touch it, okay, something's not. And double check something. No, everything's numbered, alright. Okay, let's just keep going. I'm gonna copy this. Instead of changing the scene, we want to say quit game, and then invert it. Okay, but for this one I forgot to do it differently. And there we go. We have 2 play buttons. We have 2 buttons. One that'll quit the game, and one that will play the game. But what if the player doesn't want to play the game anymore? And since we don't have a game over scene, is pretty much get all the points you can. How does the player exit? So I'm gonna do another thing. I'm going to shorten this, and I'm gonna add a new text. I'm gonna call it quit title, and I'm gonna say press X to quit. There we go. I'm gonna, what size was it? This was 20, so I'm gonna have this as 20, change it to white, and then safety 3rd, or whatever font you have. Now we gotta program it. So let's add a new group, call it exit, add a new condition, and then we want to say key pressed. We want to say X, and then we want to find quit. So let's test out our full game. But first off, I want to duplicate. Make sure capitalize. So there we go. We have a small little menu. player press X, they exit. So we did this with only 2 scenes. If you want to do it to where if the player loses a certain amount of lives, they go to a exit scene, but I don't want to do that. I just want to leave it the way it is. I am going to copy Frogger and put him on the menu. But here's the thing, I'm going to delete everything. And don't worry, it's not going to take from the main game. So press play, and here's our game. Yeah, I make terrible spreads. Okay, there's also one more thing. So that's about all I have for you. That's pretty much all I have for this tutorial on how to make Frogger. Play around, make it, if you want, you can try to make it as original as you can. I toyed with the idea of having 5 flies all the way across here to make it more like Frogger, and when you collect all 5 frogs, you go to a you win scene, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep it the way it is. For instance, I could do this. I could do this. To make it look a little bit like Frogger. That's if you want to make it as accurate, but I'm not looking for accuracy. I'm just trying to show you that you can make a simple Frogger game. This game was extremely simple to make. It took over an hour to explain though. So let's paste. Where's the goal? Oh, there it is. I'm gonna try something else. Let's see if that goes. But I'm only going to stick to one goal, which is the fly. There we go. And my game is complete. Subscribe if you haven't already. Tell others about this. I will not be releasing this game because of obvious copyright reasons. I don't want to get striked for copyright, but I'm not going to release it. I might upload the game file to itch.io. I have a itch.io page for templates that you can download and edit and make your own to further explore the game. I might put this up there. If you find bugs in the game, try to fix them yourself. Part of programming is figuring out does stuff work, and if something doesn't work, maybe try a different way or try something else. Subscribe if you haven't already. Tell others about this channel. I post devlogs and gaming videos I try to do it every week. But yeah, thank you for watching. Now let's watch some gameplay.